Mayong gabi mga pinalangga kung tigpaminaw sa panglantaw sa kagabion. A time for reflection. Streaming live via Facebook worldwide. Kini inyong igsoon, higala ug alagad Jeremias Labaho Tubigon. Joining you for deep thought, honest conversation, and values-based dialogue. This evening we will be discussing about justice or jeopardy, a perspective on the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte. Pero sa dili pa nato sugdan ang paglantugi niini mga igsoon, ato siyang i-shout out ang ato ang mga likers sa ato ang live sa paglantaw sa kagabion gabi. Mr. Johnny Disamonte, Marilo P. Faustino, Antonia Calderon Dular, and Gina Lynn J. Martinez. Daghang kayong salamat sa inyong pagsunod sa ato ang program matagabi, panglantaw sa kagabion. What if justice itself becomes the very thing being put on trial? Impeachment is not merely the removal of a leader. It is a moment of national reflection. It calls into question our definitions of truth, our systems of law, and the motives of those entrusted with power. When the one sitting just a heartbeat away from the presidency is accused, every Filipino must pause and ask, are we witnessing accountability, or are we weaponizing the Constitution for political ends? Kung ang hustisya mahimong instrumento sa panimalos, kinsa pamay sa ligan sa kamatuoran? Vice President Sara Duterte's response to the impeachment complaint, her plea of not guilty and request for dismissal has ignited a debate that transcends her office. It touches every corner of our democracy. The balance between accountability and fairness, between legal form and political function. She claims that the complaint is void for violating the constitutional provision that prohibits multiple impeachment filings within 1 year. She asserts there are no statements of ultimate facts and calls the complaint a mere scrap of paper. Her camp challenges both the credibility and jurisdiction of the Senate, citing procedural gaps and expired legislative sessions. Sa mata ni Vice Presidente Duterte, ang reklamo daw walay unod. Usa lang kapapil nga ginahuyop sa hangin sa politika. But beyond legal arguments, there lies a deeper concern. Has impeachment once reserved for the gravest of crimes become a political grenade thrown across party lines? We must now go deeper. Let us examine not only the facts and the legal defenses, but the moral implications, the constitutional principles, and the spiritual responsibility of those who lead and those who judge. Under the 1987 Philippines Constitution, the grounds for impeachment include culpable violation of the Constitution, betrayal of public trust, graft and corruption, bribery, and other high crimes. The impeachment complaint filed against Vice President Duterte alleges certain violations, yet her legal team asserts that these do not meet the constitutional threshold. Her plea of not guilty rests on several key defenses. Number 1, procedural violation. Duterte claims that the complaint is invalid because it breaches the one-year bar rule, stating that only one impeachment complaint can be filed against the same official within a 12-month period. Number 2, lack of ultimate facts. She insists the complaint lacks substance, describing it as devoid of material facts that demonstrate an impeachable offense. Number 3, questionable jurisdiction. Duterte argues that the Senate has no standing as an impeachment court due to the expiration of the 19th Congress, asserting that unfinished proceedings cannot carry over into the next Congress. And number 4, no articles of impeachment presented. Her camp highlights that as of filing, no official articles of impeachment were presented to the Senate, thus violating Senate procedural rules. This raises constitutional debate. Can impeachment proceedings transcend congressional sessions, or does each Congress act in isolation? Kung wala pa'y klaro nga basihan, makatarong nganon ba nga ang kasong impeachment ipadayon? Asa nakaha ang bloodbath, ani? This case has now moved beyond the Vice President. It has become a referendum on how the Constitution is used or misused in Philippine politics. Is the Constitution being honored as the supreme law of the land, or has it become a tool selectively invoked when politically convenient? Proverbs chapter 11 verse 1 warns, "The Lord detests dishonest skills, but accurate ways find favor with Him." The balance of justice must be impartial, not tilted by loyalty, fair, or ambition. Both camps claim fidelity to the Constitution, but their interpretations differ drastically. Thus, it falls upon institutions, Congress, judiciary, and media to uphold constitutional integrity above personal agendas. Impeachment, though legal, can become a political weapon. In the Philippine history, it has often mirrored power struggles rather than pure justice. From presidents to chief justices, the impeachment process has repeatedly tested the nation's moral compass. In the case of VP Duterte, her popularity, political lineage, and upcoming 2028 elections have turned this legal process into a litmus test for the next era of Philippine leadership. Is this a genuine pursuit of accountability or a strategic effort to derail a political force? Kung ang kasuguan gamiton aron gubon ang kaaway, ug dili aron ipatuman ang kamatuoran. Wala na tay kalainan sa mga makalilimos sa gahom. Beyond politics and law, we must consider the spiritual responsibility of public office. Leaders are called to serve with integrity, and citizens are called to discern with wisdom. Romans chapter 13 verse 1 teaches us, let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God. But with that authority comes accountability, not just to the Constitution, but to the conscience. Duterte's defense may be legal, but is it also moral? Are the accusations fabricated, or is there truth in the noise? Let us not be quick to judge, but let us not be blind either. In the end, the Constitution belongs to the people. The Senate may decide. The House may vote, but public opinion shapes history. We must be informed, not inflamed. Discerning, not divided. Responsible, not reactive. Let this case be a call to civic education, legal understanding, and moral reflection. Ang kamatuoran dili lang trabaho sa korte. Trabaho nato kining tanan. Justice or jeopardy? We may not yet know, but we do know this. When power and truth collide, the nation trembles. Whether VP Sara Duterte is guilty or not is for the law to provide. But whether our democratic system survives this storm is up to us. Let us demand justice, not just for or against individuals, but for the sake of the Constitution, the country, and the future. Ang Pilipinas magapadayon kung ang katawhan magapadayon sa pagkapatinud-anon o pagkabalaan. In these times of noise, let us choose discernment. In these moments of division, let us walk in truth, and in the trial of justice itself, may we remain a people of peace and principle. Kini ang panglantaw sa kagabihion, diin ang kahayag sa kamatuoran mo danag bisan pa sa kangit-ngit. Kini inyong higala, igsuon o galagad, Jeremias Labaho Tubigon, sa makausap pa mo ingon, sa atong pagpangandoy o matarong nga katilingban, ang kamatuoran gayud ang atong sugat. Ug sa kangit-ngit sa kasaysayan, ang tinud-anay nga pamunuan, ang labing hayag nga paglaom. Shout out sa tadang nagtanaw karon nga wala mag-appear sa ato ang screen. Kayong salamat sa inyong pagpaminaw. Ug ang Dios magapanalangin kanatong tanan. Daghang salamat ug maayong gabi.